Kamala Harris, she's clearly losing support in the polls. And if you look at the betting odds, Polymarket had Donald Trump with an almost 20-point lead last night. So, Paul, what's your prediction? What's going to happen as a result or off the back of this interview?
Well, today, look at the timestamp, 2 and a bit weeks out. So don't go and take your clips and go, see, they were right, they were wrong. Trump's in front. Why? Real Clear Politics average, okay? If you have a look at the Real Clear Politics average, he's leading in 6 of the 7 swing states.
Yep.
The polling mistakes, not margin of error, mistakes at the last election had him they overcounted Biden anywhere between 2 and 4 points, depending on the state, depending on the poll. So if Trump in the averages is up slightly and they're still undercounting his vote, well, then Trump is way in front. That said, there are weird things that pop around. In fact, during the interview, as it was going to air, Fox released their poll that nationally showed that Trump is leading nationally, but she's leading in the swing states, but they wouldn't say what swing states it was. So if you're forcing me, and when you look at me like that, you know you're going to get an answer out of me. It's Trump right now. Strange things can happen because don't forget as well, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, hundreds of thousands of people don't have a house. All right. So how are they going to vote? Where are they going to vote? Can they be bothered to vote? Who knows, right? But on the data that we have, and as you say, people putting down their own money, Trump's in the lead today.
Recent polling shows that Kamala Harris is starting to lose support from black men, and she's now creating an opportunity agenda for black men. That's a new policy pitch. And of course, we've heard a lecture from Barack Obama lecturing black men who might not want to vote for Kamala Harris, but these aren't great signs that she's in a good position. She's looking, I would say, pretty desperate at the moment.
So that thing that's on screen just there, right? I think it's point number 1 or 2, which is loans you don't have to pay back, right? Forgivable loans, they're called, of up to $20-something thousand. Last point, let's legalise weed. Now, what sort of a borderline racist pitch is that to any voters, let alone black men, male voters, to say, free money and get stoned? That is not serious. Now, again, will she win the vast majority of African-American voters? Yes. Why? Because of the historic issues when it comes to the Democrats. But we see in this election young men, be it black, white, Hispanic or Asian, who may well be watching shows like this, listening to Rogan. They are completely independent people who are not going to do what their mummy or daddy or Uncle Barry is going to tell them what to do.
Yeah, and just finally, there are reports that there are tensions between Kamala Harris's team and also Joe Biden's team. Joe Biden really hasn't helped Kamala Harris's campaign, has he?
Well, no, because he has not allowed her to say whatever, in order to win, do whatever's necessary, including you can throw me, not all the way, but just maybe a pinky toe under the bus by turning around and saying, you know what, we haven't got it all right, but I've been a loyal number 2. When I'm number 1, we'll get those things right. So that on top of what you're starting to see, and there was an interesting story from NBC News over the weekend, which was that there's a little bit of fighting inside the campaign in Pennsylvania. Now, the expectation is that Pennsylvania is actually not going well for her, Michigan as well. However, could that be offset by North Carolina, Georgia? Guess what? We'll all find out together.
Paul Murray, it is so brilliant to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour.
Love ya.